We're at Sweetwater.
And we're about to tour the biggest music store we've ever seen.
All right, so first I want to explore the store because that has got to be the most exciting part. So let's check it out. There's so much more going on here. It's not just the store. There's like food venues. There's a salon in here. There are studios. There's office spaces, of course, so much. Oh, and check this out. They've got this whole thing here. They're showing the origin of Sweetwater. I didn't even know that the founder of Sweetwater started in a van just like this. Then he got in touch with all these music people in the industry who needed gear. And that's how this whole thing started. Check out all this vintage gear here. Look at that. It's a Kurzweil MIDI board, Fostech mixers, and look at these keyboards. This is like a vintage synth dream for me. We've got a Memory Moog, the Jupiter 6, Hohner clavinet down here, Odyssey, and look at that. That's what I need. I want that gold mini Moog right up there. It's signed crazy. All right, let's check out the store right here. This is just the entrance. Okay, to start things off, we've got a full headphone wall. Which one should we try? You know, I've never tried Focal headphones. I'm gonna try the Focal Celeste. Rock and roll all night and party every day. All right. You know these, you've seen these in my studio many times, the Neumann NDH20s. Got Sennheiser, Austrian Audio, Beyerdynamic, lots of Beyerdynamic stuff, Audio Technica, Blue. Yeah, I've never tried these Blue headphones. Let's try these.
I want to try one. Look at these fluffy ones. Ooh, and the brown leather. This kind of matches my outfit. These are the Sennheiser HD59. 599.
By the way, I also got a tour of the Sweetwater Distribution Center, which was massive. From the way they prepare the guitars to the candy packing station, you don't want to miss that video. I'll link it below when it's up.
All right, now we got to go into my favorite room, which is keyboards, synths, pianos. Everything is here. I mean, look what they show us first as soon as we walk in, the Moog 1 and the Sub 25. But anyway, we're going to explore some synths here in just a second. I want to meet Daniel.
Hey.
Daniel's part of the Sweetwater team, and he agreed to show us around a little bit and talk about some of the synths. I'm not an expert on all of them, but maybe we can figure it out together.
So I'm an expert every week on one of these, so I may remember some of the things, but we may have to look some things up.
Hey, that's fine too.
So why just start from wherever we're standing?
You know what caught my eye as soon as I walked in here is the Moog 1.
Oh, yeah.
And these look similar, but there's quite an age difference between the two.
There is.
This came out first.
Oh, yeah. This one I know a little bit about. I helped write the owner's manual.
No. All right, so we meet the guy who helped write the owner's manual for the Moog 1.
So that baby I know, yeah.
That's
so,
cool.
You know, this is just an astounding synthesizer. This is an analog synth. And you've got 3 oscillators. And then you got a massive filter section over here. Lots of different possibilities. A lot of mixing options, including ring mod. You got your noise. And you can split the filter into multiple ways so that you can have it be, band pass, high pass, low pass.
Yeah.
We've got 3 separate envelopes going on here. Lots of different effects on this end. This is just a super massively powerful synth. The current model has 16 voices. Each of those 16 voices has 3 oscillators. And then there's 3 completely separate synthesizers.
Look,
oh yeah, you can
the
see.
waveform you can see.
Heck yeah. Oh yeah.
So wow. We're creating a horror movie soundtrack right here.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And what about this one then?
So this is a much smaller one. This is the subsequent 25. This is a 2 oscillator synth. Got 1 and 2. It definitely has many of the things that are here.
Yeah.
Whereas you got 2 oscillator synth, you got your 4-pole low pass filter, really powerful resonance. Your envelopes, your tacticay sustain release for both the filter and the amplifier. And because of this modulation section, all the different things can be used to modulate other things. So we can use LFOs to modulate things. We can use envelopes. We can use velocity. I have videos on pretty much everything we're going to walk through today.
Oh, yeah.
So if you see something, just look it up and watch me play it, and you'll get a really good sonic demonstration of it as well.
Perfect. Okay, so We've seen a couple from Moog now, but there's one from Moog that is everyone's dream Moog. Can I show them the Model D back here?
Yeah.
You know, it's one of the first times I've actually seen a Model D in person. For some reason, they box these up and they keep them hidden away in other music stores. But this one's right out here and ready to play. This just has such a nice, full, warm sound
It
to
does, and especially if you bring up.
Okay, so why is this Moog's most iconic? I think it is the most iconic.
Well,
Moog,
first of all, history, right?
Yeah.
So, in the 70s, like, this was the first real synthesizer that had the keys built in, that had everything ready to just go. And so rock and roll musicians took to this like crazy. I mean, it is in so many albums as both a lead line, a bass line, sound effects.
Yeah.
And this new one basically has everything the old one does, plus additional things, including aftertouch and velocity.
I didn't realize that. This has aftertouch.
Yeah. And the way you get to aftertouch is on the back, you now have aftertouch out, different controllers out, and then you can plug that into the other parts, like the filter or the pitch and things like that. And so, yeah,
That's
we're
a
going to have to
beautiful
go.
synth right there.
That is. And it lays flat when you're ready to take it away. This is a more modern version of it.
Yeah.
This is the subsequent 37. Again, it's kind of in between that subsequent 25 that I showed you and the much, much higher Moog 1.
Okay.
But again, this is a 2-oscillator synthesizer that also has a sub-oscillator. So it's another oscillator an octave down. And then you've got 2 modulation sections, so there's much more power of complexity of things you can do. It's got a really powerful arpeggiator as well as a sequencer.
Yeah, I was wondering about that arpeggiators in there. The sound coming out of Moogs is always just inspiring.
One of my favorites. I'm always happy when it's time to demo a Moog. Now here's, this is from Sequential. This is a Pro 3, very powerful synthesizer. More modern things that you can store 3 oscillators instead of the 2 oscillators.
This one's monophonic, I think, right?
It is, but it's a very powerful monophonic. But if you want lots of polyphony, here's a Prophet 10 voices.
10 voices.
10 voices at once.
And it's got a vintage button here, too.
Yep.
What does the
Basically,
vintage button
it's slightly changing the tuning, slightly changing the filter for each voice. It was one of the things that made the early synthesizers so interesting because every time you restruck a chord, it didn't sound exactly the same. So that gave it a lot of life, and people really love that.
I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
If someone's starting out with a synth, they're brand new to getting a hardware synth, what would you recommend for them?
I've got a bunch here that I like that are really good for starting out.
Yeah.
And let me walk over to those.
Okay, cool. This one is the Korg Minilogue XD, their latest version. So what do you think? Is this a good place for somebody to
It's
start?
great. It does 4 notes at once.
Okay.
So can't be doing big full-fisted things, but
Yeah.
you can do chords.
Okay.
And it has effects. It has 2 oscillators plus a digital oscillator that can be many, many different types of engines. So there are so many more sound possibilities than just 2 analog oscillators. There's relatively little under the panel. In other words, what you see is what you get. There are certainly things on here, but all the things that you normally synthesize with
Yeah.
are here and labeled, and it just sounds really good. It's very light. And I really like, especially for people that are beginning, I like synths that you can just sit in a lazy boy chair, put it on your lap with a pair of headphones, and play. You don't need to have stands
that.
and everything set up. And
Yeah.
so it's just
That's a great way to learn it, too, if you're just like sitting around and... That sounds full. For something that's small like this, it actually sounds really good. Wow.
Yeah, it's very powerful.
What else would you say, like for maybe something under $1,000 that somebody might
Okay.
get into? Anything
So
you can
coming
think of?
over here,
All right.
some of my favorites. $599. This is the Hydrosynth Explorer.
I've heard really good things
So
about this.
yeah, and the crazy thing is this has the same engine as the bigger Hydrosynth.
Oh, okay.
So you're not losing anything. It even has the polyphonic aftertouch where each note that you press down responds individually. And so you don't really get that very often. You know, just that this is such a small thing, but it still does 8 voices like the bigger one. Instead of wheels, you got ribbons.
Yeah.
The same arpeggiators. It has all the same things. And why do I think this is a great synth to learn on? Because all of the parts of the synthesizer are shown on these buttons from left to right in the audio path.
Okay.
And so you're already saying, oh, the oscillator goes into the mutant goes into the mixer goes into the filter goes into the amp goes into the effects, right?
Yeah.
And if you touch any of those buttons, you're immediately taken to the page where all these knobs control only oscillator 1. This only does oscillator 2. This only does filter.
Wow.
And so
it's a nice way to learn.
yeah, and you're not diving. So you're learning by seeing, oh, I see, I'm coming out of the mixer, going into the filter, and then what does the filter do? And you do that.
Wow.
But equally important, your control signals, your envelopes, and your LFOs are also in the path, but vertically. And you can see, oh, LFO 2 is going to amp, envelope 2 is going to amp. But everything is very flexible. I can make anything go to anything. There's a thing called a mod matrix that lets me have 32 pages of something connected to something at a certain depth. That is a fantastic starting set.
It's a great price for us.
It is.
And you get the same sounds that are on the larger version.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah, the patches are transferable.
That's awesome. Look at this, just walls and shelves of keyboards.
That's right.
It doesn't end.
I get to play here for a living. So this is another just amazing synth.
The micro
micro
I love
freak,
it.
right?
Yes.
And so the keys are touch sensitive,
Yeah.
so you play it like that, but they're also conductive so that the more of your skin that's touching them, the more aftertouch you're giving, and so it's polyphonic aftertouch. So watch this.
That's awesome.
Yeah, try that. And then a new operating system update now adds samples, so you can load your own samples and play it well. So and it has you can get a microphone and it'll do vocoding. So that's one I love. I love this one, the Novation Bass Station.
That's classic.
Pure analog, big sound, just classic sound. Knobs are easy to get to. Everything's pretty well explained. Your secondary functions are done with a shift, and then you just read these words here and hit the keys.
Very
And
nice.
then coming around here,
Okay. Oh yeah, we
the
got
new
the other.
exciting, the Mini Freak. So
And the other nice
you like the
Arturio
Micro
ones.
Freak,
That's the
which
bigger
is
brother.
monophonic, but it can simulate a little bit of parophony. 6 notes of polyphony, but can do 12 notes of parophony. And again, lots of different engine types, gorgeous effects. It has 3 separate effects simultaneously. Lots of control. Yeah, go ahead and have it at that one.
I want to check out that Oberheim.
Okay, I get it.
All right, look at that.
So, the cool thing about the Oberheim, if you have $5,000, is that it represents a lot of the different Oberheims from that era.
Okay.
And let me see if I can remember them all off the top of my head, but it's like the OBX, OB8X, OBXA, OBSX. I might have missed one, but it lets you go to the different filter types for each of those, and they have different banks. And so you pick which type of synth. Once you pick a bank, like you got there, now use that knob and you can pick a group. But the key thing is, it's just all about the sound. Just the way that the notes interact with you.
sound.
It's just big. You get this feeling, and it just makes you play and makes you want to play. And that's why it is what it is.
There's so much here, and anything else you want to show us?
Well, so, you come up here.
Yeah.
Here's all the rack stuff. Here's basically the mini mode.
Oh yeah.
For $299, is it perfectly exact? Probably not, but it's really, really good, and it's $299.
Yeah.
use that to make a bunch of money and then buy the real one.
Exactly. There you go.
The Pro 1, which was my first synthesizer back in 1981.
Yeah.
This is a Behringer exclusive. Then they're redoing all the old drum machines. Roland's redoing their old synths.
Yeah.
Here's just a really great analog emulation, a virtual analog, an 8-voice Roland system. Here's some keyboards where the keys are.
Oh yeah.
You can
I know
move in
this
all
one
the different
well.
directions.
I showed
key.
off this one on my channel.
You know, here's a relatively new one, the Malevolent. So this is out of the UK, patchable, but it's a really, really fat. And if you're looking for angry sounds, this thing does angry better than most.
Wow.
These are the Yamaha Reface. They are 4 different synths, kind of representing some famous synths of Yamaha. That is the Yamaha DX7 kind of put down into a smaller thing.
Yes.
It is a 4-operator version of FM. This does the Yamaha CP80 grand
The
piano.
electric pianos.
Yeah, and it does a really nice Rhodes and Whirly. The effects are great, and these stereo speakers are surprisingly good.
I love how they kind of kept the look of those.
That's what they were going for,
in line
exactly.
with the bigger
Yep.
vintage ones. That's very cool.
And then there's just so many more.
There's tons to look at here at Sweetwater. But Daniel, thank you so much for taking the time
it
with
was
us
fun
today.
doing that.
I've learned a whole bunch of new stuff today, and I got to check out more keyboards and the pianos too. So we're going to continue this tour at the Sweetwater store. The world's largest pedal display. All
This
right.
is so fun.
If you had to pick one from here, which one would it be?
Whoa. I need to go to the other side too.
That one's crazy. Look at this thing. You know what's cool here? You can actually take a pedal off the shelf, hook it up right here, and listen to it right away. Isn't that nice?
Look at this bug here. Look at this fuzz bubble. Which one would I pick? Come this way, there's more.
It just keeps going. Oh, the night sky. That's a nice one.
Wow. Okay, I think I found it.
TC Electronic. Oh, look at that. The Juno 60 pedal. That looks just like a...
Oh,
No.
Sanjay's breaking things.
Guess I have to pay for that now.
There are pedals on the other side
Okay.
and over there.
Which one did you find that you like here?
I think this one.
Okay, that's a tiny, tiny pedal.
Look. Constellator. It's
Constellation.
space. It's a constellation.
Wow, this is actually heavier than
Yeah,
I
it
thought
is.
it would be. Okay,
Pigtronics. That's so cute.
that is nice.
Okay, you want to see more?
I need pedals. These are all bass pedals.
What is this?
You want that one?
Yeah. Boop, boop,
Foot
boop.
exerciser. These look nice too. Look at these.
Yeah. These kind of look like inside of a car.
And does it stop there?
There's way more. These are the artsy looking ones. Look at these. Is that Groot?
Oh, I want to get this one though. The Whitey Tidy.
That's hilarious. Look at all these creators lined up here getting all these pedals.
I know.
Look
Can't
at
even help ourselves. We can't even help ourselves.
just digging in.
Narnia is back there.
Oh, let's go in.
Narnia is somewhere like way deep in there.
My number one love, piano. Number two love, I mean, he's my number one love. Here is the piano.
Number
room.
one.
The grand piano's here, all the way till the back. You've got a bunch of upright pianos. And there's one piano in here that kind of stole my heart. I'll show you that one right now. Yamaha B2, we got the B3. We've got the U1 here, which I absolutely love. And this has the mute pedal in the middle, which will activate. Come and take a look at this. So you see this felt right here? When I turn on the mute pedal, it activates the felt, and now you get that nice cinematic sound. And if I turn off the mute pedal, regular piano, right? I love this piano. How's this one sound? All right, now behind the acoustic piano section, you've got digital pianos. So now we're getting into digital piano territory, and we've got more digital pianos over here. And even more. Digital pianos are really popular here. Across the street, pretty much, we've got acoustic guitars. Got some guitar straps here as well. Look at this. This has got to be the nicest acoustic guitar room I've ever seen. Tons of acoustic guitars, and you can pick anything off the wall and play it. Let's try one. This one looks super interesting. I've never tried one of these. And they're all in tune. What's the most expensive guitar we can find here? We got $3,599, $3,799 up there, $3,599. Is that the most expensive one they've got? Whoa, no. Look at this up here. You've got the Taylor 912 CE Builder's Edition for $5,700.
Buy two, cheap.
Buy two?
Buy two.
Might get a deal then, right? Yeah.
$300 off.
$300 off. Oh, they'll give you a free strap. All right, let's check out the electric guitars next. Check it out. This is like a Beatles edition. Oh, maybe it's not a Beatles edition, but it's one that the Beatles did use. Let's check out so you got amps, electric guitars. Let's find the cheapest guitar we can find in the electric guitar section. I've seen a $599 here, $349. Boom, $349? That's not bad. Let's go cheaper. Man, we've got some beautiful ones up there. Look at that green. Those greens up there are so pretty. What is this one? Road-worn finish. You can buy one that's already messed up.
Wow.
Okay, did we find the cheapest guitar?
Wait.
$349? No! It gets even more affordable. Kramer Focus for $199. I don't know about this green.
I like that polka dot one.
This is really nice. I do like that too.
Look at the one with the danger tape.
Let's see what else they've got at the Sweetwater store. I missed the door. Let's go this way.
Come see the bass guitar section.
All right, we got a whole room just for bass guitars. Check out this color combo here. This looks like candy. What kind of candy does that look like?
Starburst?
Oh, Starburst. Yeah, I could see Starburst there. Whatever kind of flavor you're looking for, whatever kind of taste you have, you've got a bass guitar to choose from here. And you've got the bass amps as well. Bass amps, and you've got acoustic basses over here. Drums are next. Let's check this out. It's actually quiet. This is the quietest. I love this booth. Now that it seems like I'm playing all that. You've got all the electronic drum sets here, and everything is connected and ready to play. You can test out everything. All the other drums are here. You got snare drums, kick drums, everything. There's a section that I really love here because I always tell you guys to get good deals. Gear exchange. Buy, sell, and trade. You can even find this on the Sweetwater website. So yeah, get a deal. Let's go check out what they have. If you thought there were a lot of pedals out there, there are more pedals in here and guitars. Tons of guitars here. Sweetwater is like the guitar heaven. Oh, you got the full Moog rack here. Look at that. You got the Mother 32, the DFAM, and the Subharmonicon. And this is something that really is interesting to me. This is a vintage Arturia MIDI controller. When they used to call Analog Lab, the Analog Experience the Laboratory. Analog Experience the Laboratory. And now you know why they've shortened that to Analog Lab. All right. Let's keep going because there's more stuff to take a look at. You got to see the mics. What is this stuff? So much interesting gear here. I love vintage gear, old gear. Let's go check out the mics next. This is the recording section. Let's check out what they have in here. Every mic you can think of is here. Even the stuff I never knew existed. Like this is an MXL R77. It's $249. This looks like it would have cost a lot more.
I want it just for looks in the studio.
Look at that. That is cool. And you've got everything from AKG to Audio Technica. There's SE Electronics, Sennheiser here. And then you've got Shure. I mean, every brand is here. Earthworks. Shout out to Earthworks. Then we've got Telefunken here, Warm Audio. Where's all the Neumann stuff? Did I miss it? Oh, of course they get their own shelf with a glass door over it too. There we've got the Neumann and the Manley. Oh, we got the Lewitt in there too. These are cool mics. What is this? The Telefunken U47. Ooh, look at that price. What's up with that mic? Kind of looks like a interesting shaped candy bar. I want to take a bite out of it. Every audio interface you've ever heard of on my channel is here. You've got Audient, you've got the Apogee Symphony, you've got all the Volts by Universal Audio and the Apollos, and you've got stuff I've never heard of. M-Game RGB Dual.
So all of it is not on your channel yet.
I know, maybe I need to review this M-Game interface. Then we've got the Focusrite Scarletts, RMEs, Presonus, Behringer, Steinberg. They even got the Steinbergs in here. Studio monitors. Wow, I want to hear these. These are the Neumann KH310s. Let's listen. I can't hear anything from the monitors. Anyway, all right, let's continue. Now we got a bunch of studio gear here, processors, signal chains, vocal channel strips, compressors, and there's more here. Look at all this stuff. Wow. If I could take home some of these things, I'd love to try them. All right, there's still more. We got to check out the band instruments. Wait, they got lighting and live sound as well. This would be a huge video if I actually showed you everything, but we're still gonna do it. I'll do anything that you want me to, ooh, yeah.
The band and orchestra. I used to go to the Boston Symphony Orchestra just for fun because it's just so amazing to see everyone actually play live instruments. Let's look at all the brass. Oh, we actually got to see people at the distribution center cleaning every tiny bit of these instruments and polishing it and testing it and packaging it.
That's why they look so shiny here.
Yeah, if you want consultation, oh look.
Demo rooms.
Everything's so neat and clean and really, really thought through in the store. Got violins here. You've got cellos. Dong 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 dong.
And the double basses.
Yes,
Whoa,
and
what's this?
marimbas.
You know what else we can check out?
What?
Where they eat. Where the Sweetwater people eat.
It's
Let's
been
go
the
check
best
it out.
part.
All right, so now that was just the music store. There's so much more. Let's check out what's this way. Sweetwater is not just the store, but they've got the full distribution center here, and they've got their staff offices, and look how nicely they treat their staff. They've got a full cafeteria. I don't know if this is a cafeteria. It's like a diner. They call it the Downbeat Diner. So you can get your breakfast, lunch, dinner even, snacks up until late at night. Why don't we check out some of the snacks they've got here. Lunch is over, dinner's over, so all we got is snacks. Look at this. This is a s'more marshmallow bar, M&M Blondie back there, and it's green. And they've got popcorn. Cookies are my favorite, so we're gonna get a cookie from Sweetwater. Makes sense because it's sweet. And then what we do next, we come over here, and look at that. Cookie. Hey, and it's done. Now the cookie is mine, and I'm going to eat it. Let's continue to check out the rest of the place.
Sanjay got a cookie. You might want some coffee with it. You can get snacks and ice cream and your coffees and lattes and teas. And then you can come here and lounge, and they have live performances happening. This whole week, some of the creators were on stage performing while people ate from 12 to 1. It was incredible. By the way, they also have their own gym, medical clinic, and salon and spa where you can get a massage if you're having a hard day's of work. Get your haircut too. Over here is the Sweetwater Academy. Yes, they bring youth here, even adults, to learn about music and technology.
There's an elephant in the room we need to address, and it's this slide right here.
Yes.
Can you demonstrate?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Okay. That was really fun.
Do you need some help up?
Yes, please. Okay, now that wasn't the only place to have fun and games. There's more games in an arcade center right around the corner. Let's go. Here is the play area. We've been seeing all sorts of people of all ages just playing. Where do you want to go, sir? We're going that way. Got a ping pong table here. Pool table over here. And Fast and Furious driving over here. Vroom, vroom.
Last but not least, well, there's a lot more happening in this place, but I gotta show you one thing. They have their own studios. These are the Sweetwater studios. There's multiple studios in here. We've got Control Room B, which is locked up as it should be so late. We've even got Studio C, which is fully Atmos right now. And the studios continue back here. Look at that nice lounge area. All the microphones right here. Studio A right through these doors, which are also locked. All these studios are in the same building as the store, as the offices, right next to the distribution center. Everything in one place. This place is incredible. And now you've seen everything that we got to see at Sweetwater. And it's time to go. Thanks to the Sweetwater team for bringing us over here to check everything out. GearFest was awesome. You'll see more about GearFest on the channel. Shout out to everybody who made our stay at Sweetwater so memorable. We're gonna be back here because there's a lot more stuff that we need to explore here in the future. Keep an eye on the channel and keep making the music you love. Later.
Don't miss the tour of the distribution center. Your guitars get a full inspection even before leaving the store. I'll link that video when it's ready.